This man cheated on his wife, so the wife decided to plan with their son in order to kill this man for cheating on her. This is Nicholas, a 36-year-old man who was working as a land agent. Nicholas was married to one particular 34-year-old lady known as Abigail. So Abigail and Nicholas were a couple living together in a community in the greater Accra region known as Nsawam Eduakro. Now, according to reports posted by crimechecknewsgh.com, it is said that, you see, before Abigail came into the marriage, Abigail had a son. So, meaning this particular man, Nicholas, was the stepfather of that particular Abigail's son, known as Prince. So the marriage was going on well, they were living together happily, until it came to one particular point that Abigail discovered that Nicholas had had extramarital affairs with a different woman. Not just the extramarital affair, and that also Nicholas was able to impregnate another woman, have another son outside of their marriage without telling her. So when Abigail found out about that particular child and the cheating, she became extremely annoyed. She was outraged. She confronted Nicholas about this issue. Nicholas apologized multiple times. Despite the multiple apologies that this particular man, Nicholas, was offering to the wife, Abigail, over the cheating, Abigail refused to forgive Nicholas. However, Nicholas decided to change a different way of apologizing. This time, Nicholas offered Abigail a very huge undisclosed amount of money and then also a plot of land as a way of apologizing for cheating or having a child outside of their marriage. This way of apology worked. Abigail accepted the money and the plot of land and decided to forgive Nicholas, or at least pretended she had forgiven Nicholas. Now, everything went on smoothly, but did Abigail really forgive Nicholas? I don't think so. You see, as times went on, it got to one particular Saturday that was on the 7th of March 2026. Getting to the evening of that particular day, Nicholas gave his wife, Abigail, an amount of 30,000 Ghana cedis for Abigail to keep safely for him so that he would take it the next morning and do whatever business he was going to do with the 30,000 Ghana cedis. But what nobody was truly aware of was that when Abigail accepted that very huge undisclosed amount of money and also the plot of land and has said she forgave Nicholas, she did not. Apparently, she did not forgive. The thing was still paining her deep down her heart. So she decided to connive with her son, whose name was Prince, stepson of Nicholas, in order to unalive Nicholas. So that evening, when Nicholas gave this particular woman the 30,000 Ghana cedis, Abigail went and told the son Prince about the money and the plan that was the best time to unalive Nicholas. So the plan was that in the evening they will orchestrate that particular plan with the help of another person. That was Prince, who will go to their friend, ask their friend to come and help them to unalive his stepfather. Now, the friend also said that before he would agree to come and participate in this particular heinous crime, he is seeking for an amount of 8,000 Ghana cedis. Now, Abigail, who was the mother of Prince, remember Prince is just 15-year-old boy, a 15-year-old boy. So Prince told the mother that the friend is demanding 8,000 Ghana cedis before he would help them to take out the stepfather. Quickly, remember the 30,000 Ghana cedis that was with Abigail. He took out 8,000 Ghana cedis and paid the friend of Prince up front. So the plan was that around 12:30 a.m. they would come inside. So in order to ensure that their plan worked, because they planned to unalive Nicholas whilst he was sleeping. So to ensure that Nicholas was deeply into his sleep, Abigail, that particular night, dressed all some way, and then decided to give Nicholas the most affectionate, the sweetest succorbs of his life. So they did some serious affectionate and sweet succorbs that particular night. The intention of Abigail was to make Nicholas sleep very deeply. You know how you always sleep after some very good succorbs. I'm not speaking from experience, so that's what people say. Anyways, let's continue. So after the succumbs, Nicholas lay down and then slept deeply. 12:30 a.m. came. Bam. The plan was to be orchestrated. Prince and his friend entered into the room where Nicholas was sleeping. Some way, somehow, they were able to strangle Nicholas, allegedly, to death. Nicholas died. Now, after his death, these people had already bought a body bag, some plastic body bag. They deposited the body of Nicholas inside there and then went outside to throw it away or hide the body. Now, whilst they were going outside, remember there was another child in the marriage whose name is Richmond. Now, Richmond, who is the son of Nicholas, the dead man, saw that there was some noise coming out of his father's room. So before he could wake up, the father was already dead, and when he came out to peek, he saw them moving around with a body. So because he saw them, and Prince and the friend also realized that Richmond, his brother, has seen them, no, they decided to unalive their brother in order for the brother not to go and report them. To do this, Prince and his friend pretended they were not aware that Richmond has seen them, so that Richmond would be relaxed and remain in his room. So he was really relaxed, he remained in his room, and then they attacked him in his room. They were able to strangle him, press his neck until there was some fracture on his neck. He could feel it. Then they hit his head with a block and he went unconscious. So they thought the guy was like, they've taken him out, he has been unalived. So they sent this guy out, and whilst they were planning to find the things that they will use to hide the two bodies, miraculously, some way, somehow, we can't explain, because the guy's neck was broken, his head was hit and blood was oozing out, he was unconscious. When they dumped his body outside, maybe he pretended he was unconscious so they would dump him and he'll get up and run or something. But miraculously, Richmond stood up and was able to run into the neighbor's house. Over there at the neighbor's house, he reported what had happened. Then the neighbor also transferred the report to the Ghana Police Service. Then these two people, Abigail and the son, Prince, were arrested and presently placed under custody for further investigations.